Let's now talk about Sheela Foam. We have with us Nilesh Mazumdar, the CEO at Sheela Foam, joining in on the show right now. Nilesh, hi, morning. Good to have you on the show. Give us a sense of how business has been in the previous quarter and how it's likely to be going forward.
Good morning, Aisha. Well, the festival season has been good for the industry. We've seen a good turnaround. The last 2 months has been well. There has been uptake in the volumes. Consumers have started buying. There was a lull in this industry for a period of time, but things are now coming back.
When you say the festival season has been strong, any particular reason why festival season has been strong? What is the correlation I'm trying to understand here?
Yeah, so you see, any durables category that you see, Nikunj, in this country today has a correlation with the festivities. So, for example, during Diwali, a lot of home furnishing happens, and therefore it's the right point of time for people to change their furniture, and along with that, obviously, mattress also comes in. And that's how we see the correlation. And post the festival season, as the marriage season also then is an occasion for gifting, and people buy mattress when they are occupying a new house or after marriage moving into a new house. So there is that correlation that we see in this industry.
There has been a big upswing in the raw material cost. Now there is a mean reversion which is happening. If you have to give us a framework of raw material price where it stands for you, are they back in the comfortable zone for you?
Oh, yes. So we did have post the COVID period, TDI and polyol, there were significant rise in the prices, but things over the last couple of months now have come back to normalcy, and there is a stability that we are seeing out there.
Now, to understand the growth, what is the best benchmark for us to use? I mean, if one has to understand the growth for, let's say, the mattress or the foam industry or Sheela Foam, what is the external benchmark we should use? GDP growth, real estate cycle, what is a true benchmark?
See, we have honestly not been able to find a true correlation with real estate. Now, with GDP, obviously, most industries would have a correlation with GDP. So anywhere between, say, 1.5 to 2 times the GDP growth rate is what we should be seeing. What we need to understand about the mattress as a category, Nikunj, is that mattress, in terms of the priority of purchase in the consumer basket, doesn't come right on top. You know, it is not an essential purchase. So therefore, we have seen post, for example, the COVID period, when we saw a turnaround in the other industries, the mattress industry possibly lagged behind. It took a while, and now things seem to be coming back to normalcy. So if I were to correlate it, possibly with GDP, I would say 1.5 times of GDP is what I would be looking at.
Sectors have seen huge change in terms of the unorganized become organized. The mattress industry was very largely dominated by unorganized players. You know, that nukkad ka gadda wala, if I may use the Hindi terminology. Yeah. Post GST implementation, where does that number stand?
So you are absolutely right that this is still one industry where the so-called the local or the unorganized player is almost at about 55 to 60% of the industry. And there are a couple of reasons for it. You see, first of all, for any shift to happen from the unorganized to the organized sector, it is important that the brands which are there in the organized sector are able to communicate to the customer, be salient in the consumer's mind, both as a category as well as a brand, and able to offer reasons why the consumer should shift from the unorganized to organized. And that is something which I see as the biggest opportunity for the industry and for the category today, which is within the foam mattress space. The other big opportunity which is there is that, you see, today more than half the country still uses cotton mattress or dari or chaddars, and they have still not graduated to the to the modern mattress. And that's a huge opportunity that we have for the industry today. And if we are able to get the right product, the right pricing, and the right distribution to be able to cater to that, I think one sees a significant upside as far the future of the industry is concerned.
And in terms of the organized market share, where do you stand?
So between us and Kurlon, if we were to combine both the brands together, we will be at about 30%.
Now that the acquisition has already worked, how will your 30% market share, which means almost 1/3 of the organized market is with you. Is that good enough for you to command pricing power? Is that good enough for you to squeeze out the distribution channels and perhaps, kicking operating leverage?
Yeah, I think you see, obviously because of the scale that we get in, there is going to be a significant amount of back-end efficiencies which we will be able to get in our operations, number one. Number two, from the volume on the supply chain side, we will also be at the front end, be able to get some amount of leverage, which both the share and the volumes will be able to give to us. And last but not the least, we will have two very strong, powerful brands in our portfolio. And because of this, what happens is that today, any consumer in this country, when he or she is planning to buy a mattress, almost 90% will have either one or both the brands in the consideration set. So that's the power that both the brands actually give us when we have them in our portfolio.
The mattress market is growing because of replacement or new demand. And is there a concept of replacement? Because when you sell a mattress, there's a promise of good sleep, but there's a promise of longevity, 15 saal, 20 saal. So is there a replacement demand which kicks in?
Yeah, so you see, on an average, what we find in this country is that person changes a mattress in 8 to 10 years. And that is just not in India. Even in the developed countries, the replacement cycle is around of that period. So there is a replacement market, and then there is a new market, and the new market is slightly different out here. That one of the triggers for purchase actually happens when a person is shifting house, whether it is rental or whether one is buying a new house and moving into a new house. That becomes a big trigger for purchase of mattress also. So we see both being at play as far as this category is concerned.
Nilesh, great to have you on the show. Thanks, as always, for taking the time out and joining in.